to Run TV Social. So today what we are going to have is we are going to discuss uh, how to run a Docker container on EC2 instance. So in my previous videos we had a multiple videos regarding like GitHub and Jenkins and creating baseline images, and I had a video about VPC and EC2. But in this video we will have an EC2 instance, and we can create an IAM role with permissions like ECR permissions, and we will build a simple Docker image, and we will push that image to ECR container. Okay, let's get started. Let's terminate this instance. I can create a new instance. Okay, let's go and launch new instance. I'm going to use Amazon Linux 2, which is free tier eligible, and I'm going to use t2.micro. It's the same, free tier eligible. And in the configuration instance details, what I will do is I will use the IAM role that I did create for this instance. So let's look at this IAM role. Okay, let's duplicate this window. Let's go to IAM. Go to IAM. And roles. So I have EC2 role, right? So what I did is I did create an EC2 instance. I did create an IAM role, and I did attach the custom policy that I did create for this role. Okay, let's go to the policies first. And this is the custom policy that I did write. Okay, so what this policy has is this policy give permissions to read and write permissions to the ECR. Okay, and we'll see some simple JSON way. See that JSON way, and we'll see ECR allow. And I did attach this policy to IAM role. Okay, and I'm attaching that IAM role to that EC2 instance. So when an EC2 instance will try to push or pull the containers, or push or pull, not containers, push or pull the images to the ECR, it will get automatically get access to that ECR. It doesn't have to provide any password or things like that. Okay, and that's what I did, and I'm going to use that EC2 role. And what I will do, I'll just review and launch. So the entire tutorial, right, what we can do is we'll follow the documentation, this documentation from Amazon Web Services. We'll use their documentation only. So I'm going to add this link in the description so that you guys can follow the same documentation for your reference. And even if you get any doubts or comments or questions, please feel free to comment, and I can reach out as soon as I get a chance. Okay, and let's go, and our instance will be ready in a minute. Let's connect to this instance. Okay, Control C. Let's go to my terminal. Here my screen. Would say yes. Now let's install Docker. Let's update the packages if there is any. Sudo yum update -y. No packages are marked because everything is up to date. Okay. Now what we can do is we'll just simply install. We'll just simply install Docker on Amazon Linux too. Okay. You say yes. What I will do, I'll just start the service. Docker start, and I'll check the status of the service. Okay. You see that up and running. So now what we will do, we'll be doing entire assignment using by EC2 user, right? So now EC2 user is gonna run Docker command. So what we will do, we will add EC2 user to the Docker group. So automatically he can get access to the Docker. Okay. For that sudo user mod, I'm just modifying the permissions. Okay. -a -g -g Docker EC2 user. So let's try to execute some Docker commands. It's at the God permission denied. So what happens is when you make some changes, things like that, the instance needs to be rebooted in order to get those changes. Okay, let's reboot that instance. Okay, reboot. Now what we will do is we'll stop the just for just for safety. We'll just stop the instance and start the instance back, and we'll see. Stop. It's still trying to stop the instance. So it wouldn't take that long sometimes. Sometimes it will, but we'll give another minute. So that instance will be stopped in a minute. Yep, let's start the instance back and we'll check the Docker service and we'll enable the service. Okay. Let me refresh my screen. Now let's try to connect to this instance one more time. Let's go to my terminal and let's say yes. We'll check the Docker service first. Sudo service Docker status. Okay, it's not up and running. So what we will do is we'll start the Docker service. Now we'll check the status again. Now the Docker is up and running now. So let's try to execute Docker commands. Yes, now I'm able to execute Docker commands, right? This is the Docker info. So now what we can do is we'll create a simple Docker file and we'll build a simple Docker image. Okay, so you don't have to, if you are pretty new to writing a Docker file, so you don't have to worry about it. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Okay, for this tutorial you will get the file from the Amazon Web Services documentation as well. So what this is doing is this is running a simple Apache web server on top of Ubuntu machine. Okay, Ubuntu image. Okay, let's copy this Docker file and add this. Let me save it and I'll just build an image and I'll tag that image simply, with a specific name. This is the command to build an image, and this is the tag, like a name of that image. Okay, and this dot should be, you should run this command where your Docker file is at the location of your Docker file. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that. Okay, and here my screen. I did not copy that command properly. Let me copy it now. Yes, it's copied now. So it is building a simple Docker image. Okay, and we'll check that image. Docker images. You see that this is the image name. Hello world latest. This is the image ID, and this is a 8 seconds ago. Okay, so what we can do next is we can run this container. We can run this image as a container. For that, the command is docker run, but don't worry about it. We'll get the same command from docker run command. Okay, the docker run lets you run your container. Okay, clear your screen. So now let's go back to our HTTP and we'll see whether the container is running or not. Okay, let's copy this, go to AWS, and it's not going to work because the instance security group currently accepting only SSH traffic, and let's see whether it's true or not. Okay, let's go back to our security group. This is a security group that our instance in, and only accepting SSH type. Okay, and let's edit inbound rule, and we'll include this that HTTP as well. For now time being, I can use all traffic, and I can use any traffic. You can allow traffic from anywhere. It's not safe, but I don't have anything in this instance right now, so it's just a test instance, but it's okay. The inbound rules has been modified, and let's Let's give a second. So we should see. This is that we should see hello world in second. So this is the Docker container, guys. So this is how we build and run Docker containers on top of EC2 instance. Okay. So now what we can do is, this instance already have access to ECR. So we'll create a simple ECR repository and we'll push this image to the ECR. Okay, that is the Docker container registry, right? So what we can do, we'll have that simple Docker image into ECR. Okay, let's cancel this. Okay. Yep. Let me clear my screen. So what we can do is, we can get the command from their documentation. Okay, we'll use this. The region is currently I'm in ES EC2, so I'm going to provide ES EC2. So you could replace that with your own region. Okay, whatever the region that you are in, that means your AWS account is in. So I'm going to call this repo as a EC2, not EC2, hello repo, something like that. Okay, so our repository is ready. So what I will do now is, I'll simply tag this hello world and I'll push that to the repository. Okay, so let's copy this command. And let me add here, the repository name is hello repo. Okay, and the region is, I'll replace the region with ES East, ES East 2, US East 2. Okay, and replace the account ID with my AWS account ID. You should use your AWS account ID. Okay, let's go here. All right. Okay, so what we can do next is, we'll just push that image to that our ECR repository. Okay, so in order to do that, we'll just need to log into ECR without a password, because that EC2 instance will automatically get access, right? So that's how we'll replace that region with the ES2 and replace that account ID with my AWS account ID. Let me run this command. So you must specify region. What I will do is, I'll just configure AWS region to this machine though. So yes, because I don't want to mention every time region. So if I configure that region to the machine, so automatically it will get access from that there. Okay, so enter. Now you see that login succeeded. Now what we will do, we'll just push our image to the our ECR repository. Okay, let's go back to our terminal and just repo. You know what, I'll just get the URI from the repository. Okay, I don't need to replace those values every time. So let's just go to ECR. This is ECR, and let's just refresh. We should see a repository here, right? You see that hello repo? This is the one which we just created. So I'm going to use this URI, okay, and I'm going to paste it here. You see that pushing our first image to our first container registry, which is ECR in this assignment. Okay, so this is all about this video, guys. We'll verify that and we'll clean up that ECR because they're going to charge for that, so we don't have to pay, right? And if I select this, this is the latest. If I see the comments, right, you see that. So hello repo is the latest. This is the comment that I did use, right? And this is the repository, and these are the Docker commands that I did use so far. Okay, and what we can do, guys, we can just clean up that repository because they're going to charge for it, maybe 10-15 cents, but that's okay. What I can do is I'll just go ahead and simply clean up that repository so that I don't have to pay for it. Yes, paste, and the repository name is hello repo. Just enter. Let's go and verify the repository has been terminated already. So let's refresh. You see that? So the repository doesn't exist. It has been terminated already. So this is all about this video, guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, please comment, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I get a chance. And if you do like this video, please share this video with your friends. If anybody interested to learn AWS and DevOps, and please subscribe Ran TV Social for more videos and more updates. And stay tuned for updates, guys. And thanks for watching this video, and we'll chat in the next video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.